Hi everyone, welcome back to AWOL. Sorry for the delay. Had a little bit of thing happen. I'll discuss that later. Today, super simple. It's a basic camp. So still using the gear from the Pathfinder basic class. There's actually one running right now out in America, which is kind of cool. I've got a couple of extra additions, mostly just for cooking purposes. That being said, it's going to be simple plow point shelter. What I've also brought with me this time is a Belmont blanket, because anyone who saw to the end of the last video would have seen I froze my ass off overnight. I don't want that to happen now. It's actually, even though it's a month later, pretty similar conditions. You know, it's the, what is it? It's the 11th of October when I'm filming. I'm sat here in a t-shirt in Britain, which is a little weird. So without further ado, what we're going to get doing is set up a quick plow point. I'm going to build a windbreak for my fire this time. And then I'm just going to settle in for a relaxed evening, maybe do a project or two. We'll see what happens. But anyway, let's get going. At this point, you're probably thinking, Will, you said you were doing a plow point, not a lean-to. And that's correct. I am going to do a plow point. What I'm going to do as it gets cooler later on this evening is I'm going to take that corner there and just drop it down into the corner there. I've got the Belmont blanket out, which is nice, gives me something to sit on if I really want to. But also in the night, if it starts getting chilly, I can just wrap it over myself like that and give myself an extra layer. So that's very convenient. But yeah, it looks very, very good. Didn't take long to set up at all. What I need to do now is just get a windbreak going. And that'll pretty much be it for the build. Then I've got steak and potato, which will be lovely. A little bit of fried chips, but yeah. So on to the next part, which is getting the windbreak built. And now back to camp. Okay, now I've built my fire break, cleared a little patch of the moss here to make the fire. I've kept all the moss there. That's going to be my pillow. Once I've got my swagman roll out, I'm going to take the bag, stuff all that inside, and that'll mean I can keep my jumper to hand if I need. So next things I need to do is build a tripod. So I've got my bush pot, my 1 quart bush pot. Was it 1 quart? No, 2 quart bush pot even. 2 quart bush pot with me, which I'm going to fry up some potato in later on. But to do that, I need a tripod so I can hang it off the fire. So now I just need to go source about 3-5 inch lengths of wood to make a tripod with. There's some nice straight pine around, so I'm going to see if I can get it all from one branch. But let's find out. Now we're going to do a tripod lash, starting off with a timber hitch. Just around there, minimum 3 turns, perhaps more. Around to the end here, and here's. Okay, measure. Now just gonna alternate around here, and there. 1, 2, 3, and there. 1, and there. 2. Right. Now 3. Round. We go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Get as tight as humanly possible. So there. Just connecting. That's okay. Great. Good. Now, push around here, push. Together. There. Right, tripod lash. So there's our tripod lash, starting off with our timber hitch around here, then came around here, then under, back up, around and under, over, and back through, over. We did that 3 times. Then coming back across the top here, we then went under here and up through here, round, went back, did that 3 times. Then across the top here, down back through there, back up, 1, 2, 3. Finishing up on the top here, and came across, did a clove hitch with a stop knot onto our final piece. Now where your start knot is, the timber hitch here, and the clove hitch here should be at the opposite ends. So this is at the bottom, this is at the top. But that is a tripod lash. Simply a case of where I want it to hang. Probably about there. Give myself some extra here. So, for ease of maneuver. And just come through here with a half hitch. Bingo. There we go. Pot hanger, tripod sorted. It's now 5:15. I think it's probably time to get some firewood sorted. I'm going to need a reasonable amount for this evening, and then I can start thinking about cooking some dinner. I've also got my squirrel cooker and the rack with me, so that's what I'll be using to cook the steak on. But yeah, so I'm going to sign off for a little bit, put some more battery in the phone, and I'll go get some firewood. All right, I'll see you in a bit. So, to get the fire going for dinner, I'm going to use a mini Inferno because it's quick and easy, and it's the one of the three that I did in the how to start a fire in the damp that I haven't used. Mini Inferno and a ferro rod. While that gets going, cut up my spud. Very rustic. Chips to be fried. I remembered to bring a plate with me this time. And that oil is definitely now hot enough. Check so I can see, yeah. Okay, let's see how we did. Let's have a bit of this steak. That's good steak. Yeah. Now for a spud. That's not bad. Should have brought salt. That would have that probably would have made them a touch better. But that being said, steak and chips by fire, really bloody good. Really, really good. All right, I'm going to chow down on this. And afterwards, I'll let you know what I've been doing, or what happened recently. Well, that was a really tasty dinner. Yummy, very yummy. Can't go wrong with steak and chips. So I said I'd talk about why I didn't put out a video at the usual schedule recently. I burnt out pretty badly, actually. It came to the morning of the day I was supposed to go film, I was meant to go to the gym, see my trainer, and I woke up when my alarm went off and I was just wiped, absolutely wiped. So I messaged him and said, not today, went back to sleep. And I woke up at 1:30, which I wasn't expecting at all. And it wasn't a refreshed wake up, it was I still feel awful wake up and exhausted. Slept a lot through that Saturday, tried going out, tried doing stuff, still wiped out. And then on the Sunday, I just started getting ill. Nice solid cold come through. Spent the next week ill, and then spent this last week sort of building up. It had been coming for a while. I've had a really rough year. My dad died in January after a short and very sudden bout of severe cancer. And since then, I've kind of been pushing myself to do more, to accomplish more, to try and do this, that, and the other, along with getting stressed out at work. And the end result is that it got too much. I hadn't been sleeping brilliantly for a while. So that's why I didn't put the video out. Really sorry about that. It's great to see that the other previous videos are still getting plenty of views, which is really, really positive. And it's really nice to be back out as well. The support has sort of meant that I've kept on pushing forward, but I've still got a lot to do. However, I've completely changed my routine. I'm now up earlier, going to the gym first thing in the morning rather than in the evening. I've still given myself a little bit to kind of build back up, but things are generally going better. So hopefully that was, that was going to happen. So it's happened, and now I can move on. So yeah, so here we have it. Quick basic camp. Got a ration pack for the morning, another reload meal, all day breakfast, which will be yummy. I've got tons of wood, nice fire here. It is just gone 7 o'clock, so I've got a couple of hours, maybe read a book, just chill out. Just enjoy the evening. Really warm for October, bizarrely, but thank you everyone for watching. Please do all the things that the algorithm loves. Please like, comment, subscribe, make the algorithm happy. It won't do you any harm. It'll do me a lot of good, which would be really appreciated. I'm just going to have a little tidy up, get sort of things ready to go to bed as and when, probably strip my boots off. And yeah, if you've got any ideas, things you'd like to see me do, please do let me know. I'm coming up, trying to think of different things, different camps. I'm sort of just doing different shelters. I'll probably move on to doing tarp shelters from now on. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, like I say, thanks everyone for sticking with me, and onwards and upwards. Well, on that note, I'll say good night. Good morning. That was a good night's sleep by the fire. Really, really nice. Really good night's sleep. But now I need coffee and some breakfast, so I'm going to get to doing that. All right, onwards. Relo all day breakfast today. High protein, really tasty meals. Really glad I found these. Thanks very much, Relo. They don't sponsor, but they are bloody lovely. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Been a really good night. A couple of little bits done. Quite pleased with my tripod. That's gone really well. May well come back here in the future. Please do all those things the algorithm loves. Please like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Make the algorithm happy. They don't seem to be too happy, the algorithms, but make them happy. So on that note, I'll see you in a couple of weeks, and get outdoors, go AWOL. Thank you very much for watching.